I love the KPI setter right here. One of the things that was really helpful for us in looking at our patient flow was we went through a period where we were short staffed. And again, having the data helped us make some decisions that has been really beneficial for our practice. So one thing I love in patient flow right here is looking at the booking delay. And so that is looking at how long it takes from when somebody schedules an appointment to when the appointment actually happens. We're looking at this for certain appointment types. It looks like it's just taking a minute to load here. So for example, we found that our booking delay for a new patient here in evaluation and consultation was 19 and a half days. And then our booking delay for a fitting was 16 days. That meant it was about 35 and a half days from when a patient called to make that initial appointment to when we were able to fit them with hearing aids. And so we wanted to look at what was the delay and what could we do about it. One thing that's great about this drill down is you can look by appointment type. So we had never had a blocked schedule. We've been doing things for 48 years and we said, okay, we need to make sure that we have time where we can fit in new patients, fit in these longer appointment times because it was hard to find the 90 minutes on our schedule when we were super busy. So having that information is what kind of pushed us over the edge to start with the block schedule. We're still not all the way there, but I think that was really helpful. The other thing that we did was we can look by provider. So for example, for hearing aid fitting, you can go by provider. And we found that similar to this example, there were some outliers on both ends. So some, their fitting delay was 3 weeks, and then others, it was only 1 week. We want to look into why is there that difference. And our provider, who was the outlier and had the longest delay, it turned out she was actually the most consistent in scheduling her patients right away to come back for the fitting, wanted to make sure that there was time, so she would just schedule them 3 weeks out. I was actually the one with the shortest delay, and it's because I wasn't scheduling patients right away. I was like, oh, I'll fit you in next week. We'll see when I'm able to do it. I'd wait to see if there was a cancellation. Lunch, could I see the patient over? What day could I stay a little bit later? So I wouldn't actually be scheduling it until like the day before. So just keep in mind, you want to check your outliers too to see if there's a story behind why there might be something else going on there. The other thing that we did was we looked at the timing of our appointments because our fittings were 90 minutes. Often our front would be trying to schedule that fitting and it would be pushed out when maybe we didn't need the full 90 minutes because it was a returning patient who was really comfortable with their care and use and the phone connectivity and everything. As I mentioned, we also have several audiology assistants who can support with some parts of the fitting. We're able to shorten our default appointment time for our fittings down to 60 minutes. Of course, providers can choose if they want to extend it to 90 minutes, kind of depending on the patient situation. But by changing our appointment time, working with our assistants, our front was able to schedule that appointment much faster. Again, it was great just having this data to help us have confidence that this was the right decision. We've been able to shorten our booking delay quite a bit for new HE consults and then also for fittings.